Big things could be happening once again coming from the Usos. We'll also check out what's happening with AJ Lee and much more. Starting things off with some new rumored plans for the Usos that could set up a huge stage for the brothers. Like we recently discussed earlier in the week, Jey's path to a heel turn has been really heating up lately. He's had some questionable moments in recent weeks, such as attacking LA Knight and CM Punk when it really wasn't appropriate to. Jey had done a lot of strange things in recent weeks, but what he just did to Jimmy there was most definitely the most eye-opening thing he's done as of late. You can understand Jey going against LA Knight and CM Punk and doing what he did to them in recent memory. You can give Jey a very slight pass for those actions, but it sort of feels like Jey even went against Roman's golden rule of protecting the family. Roman told Jey several times that family is the only thing that matters. Protecting the family members and forgetting about everyone else. Jimmy lived up to that rule in this match. He saved Jey and made that his priority. But Jey pretty much went against the family with what he did in that Battle Royal match. At the most, Jey should have saved Jimmy, and if it came down to Jey and Jimmy being the final two, then they'll respectfully wrestle it out there and see who wins. But for Jey to betray Jimmy like that, it speaks volumes about that transition that Jey is in the middle of. Really makes it seem like Jey may be too far gone, that there's no saving Jey anymore. It's too late for that. He's locked in deep to this selfish and narcissistic persona, and there's no way he's coming out of it anymore. So where does that leave this story, and where does it go to next? Well, fans are discussing the idea of Jey Uso embracing the hate and what everyone is saying and turning fully heel. There's been a lot of chatter online about fans looking at the like to dislikes ratio for WWE social media platforms when it comes to Jey Uso. The videos and clips of Jey's Royal Rumble victory, his WrestleMania victory, and the most recent Battle Royal victory are all some of WWE's most disliked videos of the entire year. So it seems like the online fans are not enjoying those big victories Jey has been having this year. However, the live crowd fans, the fans at the television shows, they seem to be having no issue with Jey. They're yeeting, they're not booing him at all, not even close to matching what the online reception is. Even with all the questionable things Jey has been saying and doing in recent weeks, live fans in the arenas still don't boo him. So there's some disconnection there from online fans to live fans. Definitely split views there on Jey Uso's big victories. But this recent fan theory is for WWE to finally open the eyes of the live crowd fans and get them to see that Jey is no longer a good person and turn him heel in a big way. And November 1st, at Saturday night's main event, a lot of fans feel like this could be part of the big shock that will happen with the world title match between Jey Uso and CM Punk. Serving as the ultimate payoff for Jey's recent heel ways and mindset, what if Jey Uso brutally cheats to defeat CM Punk and recapture the world title for the second time in his career? But unlike the first time at WrestleMania 41, that was a clean victory and a clean tap out. Jey's victory here at Saturday night's main event would be flooded with controversy and cheating tactics. And even if Jey cheats to win, maybe you can still give him a pass. He just did whatever it took to become world champion again, just like Roman told him. And maybe the live fans still wouldn't care at that point. The music comes on, they're yeeting, they don't really care that Jey just cheated to win the world title. But what could be the real eye-opener to finally get the live fans to realize what's happening is for Jey Uso to unleash a brutal attack on Jimmy Uso. Maybe Jimmy Uso comes down to the ring following Jey's cheating ways of capturing the world title. Jimmy is confronting him about how that was wrong, and at this point, Jey is absolutely fed up with Jimmy Uso and what he views as a weak mindset for Jimmy to have. So Jey unleashes a brutal attack on his brother right there in the closing moments of Saturday night's main event. Cheating to win the title and attacking Jimmy would be the ultimate fully turning heel moment. And maybe that big moment will finally get the live fans to realize what Jey Uso has become. A lot of fans are saying that it should be LA Knight or CM Punk leaving November 1st as world champion. But judging by how they are setting the stage and this story that they've been telling for months with Jey's transition, it feels like Jey is the best choice to go with right now. Jey has had a much more detailed character arc and storyline put in place over the last few months that could be paid off with a world title victory. LA Knight and CM Punk don't really come close at all to Jey for when it comes to having a deep character arc and a story over the last few months. That's not really been there for Knight and Punk to the level that it's been there for Jey Uso recently. It's a typical heel turn promo, but it definitely seems possible to see Jey, during his final promo as world champion again, fully go against the fans and blame them for his first short title reign. He can say that he was distracted by the eating, by trying to entertain the fans, that it ultimately cost him the world title. But he learned his lesson, and now there will be no distractions. He's staying focused and will do whatever it takes to hold on to the world title now that he's got it back. His goal will be to do the complete opposite of everything he did during the first world title reign. And a lot of fans think that Jimmy Uso can be one of the first #1 contenders for Jey's world title as well, because if you've been paying attention, there's been seeds for that as well. Roman and Jey have been taking a lot of shots at Jimmy over the last few months for not being on the same wavelength as them, because he's never held a world title in his life, so he doesn't understand how they think. Well, Jimmy can now come after his heel brother, who just happens to have the world title, and try to win his first world title by dethroning Jey. All this talk lately about Jimmy never holding the world title gold, how crazy would it be for him to suddenly find himself in a world title match against Jey Uso? Jimmy can silence the naysayers, silence Roman and Jey, all by winning that match and becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. WWE did have a big WrestleMania program for a singles match between Jimmy and Jey at WrestleMania 40, but all the fans seem to be in agreement that storyline and match itself didn't really live up to expectations. So this new feud would be another shot at redemption for Jimmy versus Jey one-on-one. Although this does seem like an exciting direction, fans may find it repetitive because this route does seem like a complete reskin of the 2020 storyline between Roman and Jey. It's basically the same thing of a Bloodline member getting the world title, going evil and mad with power, and having a babyface member of the Bloodline trying to take the title from him. Same exact structure of events that went down in 2020, but it looks like we'll get that answer on November 1st, if WWE is going this direction with the Usos after all. AJ Lee's vanishment from WWE television continues to be a big topic amongst the fans. Everyone knew AJ wouldn't be a complete full-timer following her recent return, but they expected to see her at least on a semi-regular basis and a part-time basis. Maybe even see AJ on a schedule that's similar to Nikki Bella's, but AJ hasn't been seen since her return match itself on September 20th. Well, AJ just revealed another date on the book tour for November 8th. So fans are wondering if she'll be available after that date. There's absolutely no word on when AJ will return to WWE. The only rumor that's been floating around was that AJ was allegedly penciled in to take part in the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series on November 29th. So if AJ is going to be a part of that match, hopefully that means she'll return to WWE television sometime in early to mid-November to officially reveal her placement in that War Games match. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.